What's up, Vape Fam? Today we're taking a look at the Starre RDTA from Freemax and the Mini RDTA. Both of these were sent to me for the purpose of this review from Freemax, so thank you for the opportunity. And apart from the size, there are a few key differences that we're going to go over now as we go up close for the breakdown to see what makes it vape. Alright, here we are up close with the Starre RDTA and the RDTA Mini, or the Mini RDTA. As you can see, the packaging is pretty much identical with the exception of, for some reason, this little slide off sleeve is a little bit more red and this is a little more maroon, but other than that, I've got a black one and a silver one. Let me slide these sleeves off. One of the things I do like right off the bat is right on the front it tells you that the RDTA is 5 milliliters and the RDTA Mini is 2 milliliters. So you know right away what size tank you're getting. Otherwise, pretty much identical with the exception that this tells you RDTA tank, one tells you RDTA Mini tank. Oh no, my apologies, it says Mini or RDTA, so the packaging really is identical here. So let's go ahead and open them up. Come on, just slide off box. There we go. So again, one's black, one's silver. They're packaged identically. You can probably see from the pieces of glass down here that one is a larger diameter than the other. We'll talk about that in a second. So inside each you have a spare piece of glass. Inside each you have your tank. Black one is going to be the regular sized one, and the silver one here is going to be the Mini. So we'll set those aside. Inside each one you have cotton, you have O-rings, grub screws, and Allen keys, and you have a little pack of twisted wire coils. I don't think it says what type of wire it is, but judging from the way they colored up when I used them, they're probably either stainless or Ni-80. Same in the Mini. Come on. Coils are identical as well, so there's no difference there. Under each of them you have an instruction booklet. That's why there's a little pull-out nylon there. In the instruction booklet, it tells you how to assemble it. Tells you the sizes here, 25.6 millimeter tank and a 22 millimeter tank. 25.6, so it will overhang a little bit on a 25 millimeter mod, but otherwise, the biggest difference between them is juice capacity. Same instructions in the Mini, again, exact same thing. So we will set the packaging aside. Let me stick some of this stuff back in here. There we go. And onto the tanks. Now, again, the biggest difference is the size. There is a little bit of height difference, but not much, as you can see here. That's it. That's the whole amount of height difference. They're both sitting on my finger. I actually expected one to be a bit taller and one to be shorter, but they're about the same height, so it is just the diameter. Start here with the drip tip. You have your nylon drip tip with the metal coating over top of it. Same on the other one, just in a different color. They are both top fill, just screws right off like so. Huge, huge, huge fill openings, no problems filling it. Use whatever type of dripper you want. The bottle dropper or the unicorn bottles, even some of the larger bottles with the twist off tops work. A little bit smaller on the Mini, but not much. Still pretty easy to fill. Moving on from there, you have your glass and your chimney. Let me see if I can push this out. It's going to be difficult, apparently. Come on. There we go. That O-ring was tight. There we go, that O-ring was just a little bit tight. As you can see, this is one piece. These are the fill ports that you saw just a second ago, attached to the chimney, attached to the cap for the deck, internally threaded here to go over the deck. There's a little bit of flare on this one, so it does have a little bit of a step up to go over the deck. Let me put this down for a second and pull this one out. There is a little bit of difference here. Little bit of difference here, but you can really see the size difference now. The biggest difference here is the fact that the caps for the deck are a slightly different size, so one will not fit on the deck for the other one. Also, the chimney diameter is just a little bit bigger on the regular sized one than it is on the mini. Same basic design, same basic principle, just done a little bit differently. So again, here's the deck for the mini. Here's the cap. It just falls over top of the threads, will not go on there. So that size does change slightly. Now the decks are the same design. They are both the Velocity style deck, and the posts are the same distance apart. So that is exactly the same as well. Post hole diameters are the same, and I did manage to fit 24 gauge fused with 32 gauge in the post holes, so they're a pretty decent size for a RTA like this, RDTA. Now the decks are obviously designed a little bit different since the threads are a little bit different. Again, this won't fit onto the large deck, and the large chimney will not fit onto the small deck. So the thread is a little bit different, so the bases are designed slightly different but work functionally the same way. Here's the bottoms. The 5-10 pins do not really protrude, so please do not use these on hybrid mods. They just do not, they're pretty much flush. The airflow slots here are adjustable, obviously, but are a different size from one to the other. However, the airflow holes in the deck are about the same size. One looks to be a little bit bigger, but I've checked it and they appear to be the same size by measuring, so it might just be an optical illusion because of the way the deck is designed, but they do measure out to be the same size. So the airflow, despite the fact that the airflow slots are bigger in the regular one, is about the same. Even this has a larger airflow opening and it has a larger chimney, and it still functions about the same airflow wise. So there you have the breakdown of both of these tanks side by side. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put a build in the regular sized one. I'll just throw it in real quick and then I'll show you how I wick it up. Alright, I put the coils that came with it in here, these twisted coils. Something to note, they aren't your traditional 2-strand twisted wire, so they're actually 4 strands, probably like a 30 gauge, I would guess. They ohm out at around, I'm at a 0.13 right now. I need a little bit of tweaking, but I just wanted to show you. I don't really know how I'm going to get an up close of it so you can see that, yeah, it's not going to focus. But it is 4 strands of twisted smaller gauge wire. Let me finish ironing out the hot spots and we'll wick it up. Alright, I've got them pretty good right now. Glowing fairly evenly, glowing from the inside out. Just go ahead and get us some of this cotton candy collection cotton. Let me see. That might not quite be enough. So once again, cotton candy collection. So wicking this is pretty simple. This is one of the few that I was lucky enough to just nail on the first try and not have any issues, no need to tweak, nothing. So we're going to do it a little bit on the looser side. First we're going to get the cotton right, the ends rolled up. Slide the end through. These are 3mm coils, but because they're smaller wire, you don't want to pull them apart or damage them too much, so you don't want to go too tight with it. I just moved it there and I wasn't even pulling that hard. Go. And we're just going to take our scissors, pull the cotton down here to where the threading ends, like so. That's where I'm going to cut it. Same on the other side. Down to where the threading ends. And cut it. I hate these scissors. It's the only part of this little toolkit I hate are the scissors. Now we're just going to repeat on the other side. That's horrible. Roll them up. Stick it through. Pull it through. It's too tight. Move some cotton out. Stick it through. There we go. Just when it's snug. Just snug. And then again repeat. Put your scissors right at the edge of the threading. Cut. Scissors right at the edge of the threading and cut. Now we're going to wet this up. I'm going to grab some juice out of my drawer. We're going to use purple from Red Cap. Red Cap just came out with a couple new flavors. This one is a grape soda, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. I've been running it in a lot of different stuff. I will probably run out of it way too quickly. Just going to wet the cotton. I trimmed some of these at too much of an angle. I think I might have to trim a little bit more off. And I just take a little screwdriver, tuck it down into the little juice troughs. Like so. It's the same wicking I use on the Mini, so everything there is the same. Just tuck it right in this little cutouts for the juice channels. Like so. And one more. Like so. We're at 0.14, that's 50 watts there. I've been using these coils around anywhere from 60 to 80 watts seems to be pretty good. Now putting this back together, you're going to have to put the glass on first because this chimney is all one piece. So put the glass on, put the cap down over it. Just screw it on. It'll push the cotton down out the bottom, no problem. And then from there you can fill it up. Again, giant opening, really easy to fill. Squirt a bunch of juice in there, like so. Again, if this is your first time putting together any RDTA, or the first time with this particular RDTA, I still always recommend you only fill it part way up. I've done these a few times now, so I'm not overly concerned with it. I've got the wicking down pretty well. Put the drip tip back in, and you've got it fully assembled, ready to vape, which is what we're going to do. We'll go back up, talk about it, and we'll vape on it a little bit. Alright guys, that was the up close and breakdown with the Starre RDTA and the Starre Mini RDTA, which is right here. I was running this one earlier, so it is built and juiced up. Like I said, they're pretty similar. The posts on the deck, identical. The threads are a little bit different. The airflow slots, the chimney. Apart from that, it's all pretty much the same. They do hold different amounts of juice, 5 milliliters for the large one and 2 milliliters for the small ones. 2 milliliters is not a whole lot, but some people want a smaller tank, easier to fit in their pocket, more portable, more stealthy, you know, whatever. There's a lot of different reasons and everybody vapes differently, so to each their own. These tanks are really, really well put together. Again, just like with the Pure tank, they nailed the fit and finish on this. I don't have any sharp edges, there weren't any burrs, everything fits together nicely. I would have liked if I could have taken that cap off from the chimney and threaded that on before putting the glass on, so just so I can check fitment and stuff better. But honestly, it's pretty easy to use. The wicking on this seems really simple. I haven't had any issues with it, and I've been wicking it really lightly. Keeping the amount of cotton I use kind of on the low side, just because when I use their coils, because it is 4 strands of small gauge wire wrapped together, it's really easy to move it, it's really easy to bend it out of shape, you know, get it out of position. So you don't want to use a lot of cotton, because then you're going to force it one way or the other, and then you're going to run into problems. These coils did ohm out at 0.13 at the end when everything was said and done. I do recommend them around like the 60 to 80 watt range, the ones that come with the kit. They work really well in that range. I've been running them at about 75 since I put it in. And I had them in the other one, is running around 80-ish or so too. So they both handle heat pretty well. They don't really get hot. The flavor out of these are very flavor focused. So is their Pure tank, and if you're looking for a tank that you don't need to build coils for, I recommend you go watch that review, because that was a great tank too. But it's very flavor focused, just like it was. The cloud production isn't bad. Not by any means. Even with the pre-built coils that come with it, and normally when a tank sends you pre-built coils, I toss them. I don't even usually use them. Sometimes I try them out and I'm like, it's not great. But these coils are actually pretty impressive. I've had no issues with them. Again, it ohms out pretty low with these coils, so keep that in mind. Top fill, really nice. That big wide open area, especially on the normal sized one, the 25.6 millimeter one. The smaller one, it's still a good size, 22 millimeter tank with big open juice fill holes. Wicking does not seem to be a problem. It doesn't have any issues keeping up. Apart from that, it's just been a really solid RDTA. No complaints, no real issues, other than, you know, the coils moving around and stuff. But again, they're better coils than come with most RDTAs, so you can't really complain. The drip tip, it's a little bit loose, but you really have to kind of try to wiggle it to make it move. Other than that, guys, no burrs, good machining, good fit and finish, good flavor, well, let's say great flavor, and good cloud production. Great little RDTA. I've seen the prices all over the place, so I mean, that's going to be up to you to find the cheapest one, because this was sent to me by Freemax for the purpose of this review, so I will link to Freemax's website. You can get more specifications there, anything I didn't include. And like always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, things you want to say about the tank, if you've tried it, if you liked it, if you hated it, whatever, leave it in the comments down below. If you have questions, I try my best to get to them. Yeah, so other than that, like, subscribe, it helps me out. Hope to see you guys again soon. Till next time, suck, blow, and keep on vaping.